2015. We're going back in time quite a bit. Oh, we're going to high school. Okay. So, Massive High School is where you attend. Whether you survive this coming outbreak depends on the choices that you make in the next 5 days. In the end, there is only one way out of the situation alive. You must get yourself a date by Friday. So, in order to survive, we need a date by Friday, okay? 6:47 a.m. The alarm clock in your room does its best to keep you from missing your first day of school. Okay. A radio is present. The radio is a present from your mom. It's a clock radio, something that she thinks of as cool. Smooth and oddly smoky feminine voice slides out of the radio. Salutations and good morning, Massville High. It's 6:47 on this crisp Monday morning of the rest of your life. A new school week is starting and we have a few groovy transfer students joining the herd today. That's you, one of the groovy transfer students joining the school today, mid-semester. Let's show them a traditional Massville High welcome. Some light hazing and a general indifference. What? What? Really? This is Oriana Graves coming from you from Massville High's own pirate radio station, Free Radio MH. 96.3 on your dials in the 5-block radius around campus. If it wasn't weird enough that the school was built on an old Air Force base, now, cool rats, I've gotta stop giving you all the scoop on the daily jive so that I can make sure to make it to class. The rest of you should do the same. A sleepyhead ends up dead. The way she hits that word dead sends a shiver down your spine. You check the clock and it's 6:50. Class starts at 7:30, so there's actual time for some more shut-eye. You check the clock, 6:50. Class starts at 7:30. Oh wait, get up, hit the snooze, get up, let's get up. You roll out of bed, your clothes set out already. You're able to be on your way within about a minute. You spend a few more making sure that you don't look like you just rolled out of bed. Now, it's time to meet the other students. Your first period's waiting, F101, in room... What's this F101? In room A15, French class. So we're gonna go learn some French. Massville High, school built on an old military base. Floor buildings, the dorms you just left, and just about everything else is renovated military buildings. Built in 1942, Massville Air Base was technically field for the Pacific Northwest. The military closed it down in 1993. In 1998, the land was leased from the federal government, making sure of the previously unattended and dilapidated military air bases infrastructure. Massville High was founded. Some of the buildings look quite normal, however, at the center of the campus is an old control tower. Stands like up in the fog like a lighthouse. It feels like someone's watching you from it as you make your way to class. The teacher is kind of hot. Can we romance the teacher? Is that a thing that we can do? Can we romance the teacher? Bonjour, mon vieux monsieur. Wait, did she just call us handsome? I think we might be able to romance the teacher. Okay, les faits, c'est les autres. I actually don't know what that means. I've had a few semesters of French. Bonne journée. Bonjour, professeur, tu fais et tu en vais. Salut, madame. Comment ça va? Salut, madame. Comment ça va? Bien. There are days where I become quite confused being surrounded by so many handsome young men. We can definitely romance the teacher. I have a feeling we can romance the teacher. We shouldn't romance the teacher, but we're gonna romance the teacher. Are you a new student? Choose your seat, I might suggest. All right, can we talk about the fact that the teacher is a slight predator? Going like, I get confused by being surrounded by so many young men. That's a bit creepy. Madame Bouvier, the French teacher, she comes off very French, which to a young man like yourself generally means confusingly, oddly, sexually charged. Trust me, mon vieux, this is the one. Something in her eyes lets you know that she's not joking. It's probably the fact that she's the teacher. So you sit. As the students start to trickle in, the teacher starts her introduction. Salut, je m'appelle Madame Bouvier. Enchantée de te rencontrer. I am Madame Bouvier, your French teacher, for what may be very well the rest of your lives. The teacher is hard to focus on as the girls start to enter the class. You'd always heard that French class was made up of almost entirely of cute girls. At your last school, there had not been the case. It was 13 boys and the old, very egg-shaped Professor Chapalon, who wasn't even French. He'd been Dutch or something. Imagine these people who are not French and speak French, the audacity. Each girl seems to get their own moment as they came in and took their seats. Each of them taking a seat directly around you. Remember what you've been practicing. Introduce yourself à la française. Salut, je m'appelle Vivi. Qui craint de souffrir? Il souffre déjà de séquelles crainte? What does that mean? Something about suffering, right? What does that mean? Qui craint de souffrir. The first girl that comes through speaks with confidence as of someone fluent in the language. No one likes to show off, and Jean de La Fontaine is a hack. The second girl marches in with confidence. Okay, I like her better than the teacher. We're gonna romance the badass one that looks like she can probably like crush me into 1,000 pieces. He's scared to suffer, but suffer to be scared. Something like that. Oh. The second girl marches with confidence. Je m'appelle Alicia. Is that all? Aux libertés que the crimes on comment en ton nom. Liberty of the crimes that have been committed until now. Genetic teenage rage angst. Oh, crimes committed in your name. Just sit, my young revolutionary. Oh, she's cute. Je m'appelle Patty, Miss Bouvier. I smashed my diorama for 5th period, and I really want to try and fix it. Something about the third girl is so weirdly wholesome. Maybe it's the way that she seems to think ma appel rhymes with my apple. My appel. My appel. Oh my god. Sit down, Patty. Yes, Madame Bouvier, right. Okay, she's cool. She's cool. Je m'appelle Val, Madame Bouvier. I've heard rumors that the last of the 4, She's intense. She's trying to play the newsroom correspondence on an old sitcom. Sit down, Bao. The rumors, though, suggest that you and... Sit down, Bao. We have French to learn. I will note that you refuse to answer. 4 girls each sit around you. The cardinal directions, you in the center. Your French teacher gives you a bit of a smirk. Now, last week we were talking about French Dadaists who left his Dadaist who left his written on the Mona Lisa. What? Let's backtrack. Now, last week we were talking about the French Dadaists. What the fuck is a Dadaist? Who left this written on the Mona Lisa. So she writes it out. LHOOQ on the board. Oh. Vivi raises her hand, waving it back and forth. However, she doesn't even wait to be called on. Il a chant au cul. Sounds like il a chant au cul. She is correct. This is a French pun. It means burning in her bum. However, a better translation is she has a fire below, as the man who made the pun internationally famously explained. He's suggesting that even though you can't see it, there is a deep burning sexual fire deep inside of this and every woman. This was important because at the time the teacher keeps talking as the other students come in introducing themselves. However, it feels like a small little world quickly develops around you. VVQ is always trying to show off. Just because I read and you don't. Alicia reads comic books, probably. Alicia mostly reads romance novels. Ha! Kettle Black. I had one of those books with the hunky guy on the cover lying around. So are the girls friends with each other? I'm guessing they are. You what? You brought a book like that to school? Which one? You're the new kid, right? It takes a few moments and you realize that she was talking to you. In fact, all 4 are staring at you suddenly. It takes a moment for you to... yeah, okay, now. The teacher is kind of weird, isn't she? Je suis un étudiant actif. Yes. You're a student? That's the only French I know. More than me, all I know is the revolutionary slogans. Welcome to class with Betty Bouvier. I think that she's sleeping with our gym teacher. Ha, he wishes. She's nice, but often in her own little world, says the queen of the airheads. At least I'm the queen of something instead of what you are. Are you Steve McQueen? Yeah, if he was a badass instead of a bitch boy. I need to find a scoop to write about something or someone interesting. Looking for a new victim? If you find one, ask if he knows anything about the model building and glue. I keep gluing my fingers together and it's really annoying. Nail polish remover will dissolve that. See the chemical acetone acts as an organic solvent. Vivi, no one asked. Vivi, no one asked you. Those girls seem like a fun bunch to be around with. They keep going on about school stuff. Too bad that you're not involved anymore. That is quite enough, all of you. Please focus on the lesson at hand. As I was saying, the way that sexuality in art intersects is as close as humanity comes to the divine. The rest of the class is not boring. However, you don't think that you ended up learning any French or much of anything else. It wasn't a good first day. In fact, it was terrible. You failed to make friends or leave any impression whatsoever. Oops. The only person who actually noticed you roaming around the school pointlessly was your French teacher. Guys, Mon Dieu, there you are. She grabs you by the shoulder and looks at you seriously. I cannot help but notice a young man such as yourself seems to be avoiding the attention of mademoiselles. Young people should get to know one another. Maybe be surprised how hard it is to make friends when you're older. Life can be quite sad if you stay in your own little bubble. Why is this teacher calling me out? Why is this teacher calling me out? What the fuck? But c'est la vie. Some people prefer to be a part of the crowd. She pats you on the shoulder and heads off like she's giving you some kind of wisdom or something. You aren't very impressed. 1 week later, 1 week after keeping your head down and just trying to into your new school, there's a zombie outbreak and you're torn apart in front of the same girls and didn't seem interested in getting to know. Your last thought is that you had no idea if this was ironic or not. You just know that it sucks. Is your French teacher laughing at you? You kind of hope she dies next. We got a bad ending because we tried to romance the teacher. What the fuck? I found it. It's real. I knew it. I hope I have enough time. I guess this wasn't a big issue. I think it still works. We got punished. You've just unlocked time travel. Now you can step back in the dialogue and rewind to one of the previous encounters. Rewind time, travel back in time.